Hello everybody, and welcome to your next tutorial of making a platformer. This tutorial we're going to be making the player class. Now this might be split up into a number of different tutorials because there's many different things just to do in the player class, but for now we're going to be focusing on like creating the player and moving the player and such. So anyways, what we're going to do is go to add source files and the source files and right click, then go to add and then add a class and double click C++ class and just type in the class name. So we're gonna name it player and finish. Now I would create classes a bit differently than I'm going to show you in this tutorial, but the way I do it is a bit more advanced using polymorphism, and I said I was going to use that. So, and this tutorials is not the absolute best way to create a game and stuff, but it's just the easiest way, right? So what we're gonna do is include Allegro, and so now we're gonna create the class, the player class. Don't forget the semicolon at the end. So now we're gonna make this public. If you remember, if you don't know classes, then you shouldn't be watching this. Sorry, but yeah. So we're gonna make our constructor and our destructor, and what we're gonna put is init, update, and draw. So basically, remember in our main, how I told you to comment the update and the draw? Well, that's what you're gonna be putting. You're going to put the update there and the draw there. Now, in the input section, you really won't putting anything in there. Normally you'll put your input in the update section, doesn't really matter, but whatever, and then you'll draw everything to the screen. So let's go back to the player.h. So those are the main things we have. So for now, since we're just doing controls, we're gonna put controls. Now later on, normally you would make like the X and Y position and stuff private, but we will need those in the collision class and stuff. So right now we'll make everything public. We won't make anything private until later. So what we're gonna do is make integer and call it X, int Y, and velocity X, and velocity Y. And that's all we have for now. Okay, so we're not gonna be doing gravity in this tutorial. We'll do it in the next tutorial, because I don't think I'll have time in this tutorial. So now let's recreate our constructors. So that we're not going to really be putting anything in our constructors. That's what's going to go in our initialize. Initialize means like to initialize everything needed in your game. So that's our destructor. So let's put init, and we're just gonna just set my X and Y position. So and Y equals 10, and let's set velocity X to 0 and velocity Y equals 0. So that's all we're doing for initialization. So you know how when you create constructors, how it initializes it right away, but we're just making it a init function to whatever initialize it. You could put this stuff in the constructor if you want, it doesn't matter, but I just like to make a separate function, but it's up to you, whichever one you want to do. So now we're gonna use our update, and now we're gonna put in here is player controls. Now we never made the controls yet, but that's what we're putting there for now. And for a draw, oh sorry, I forgot to put in the parameters bitmap. We need our buffer. We need to draw everything to the buffer. So let's go back here. In our parameters, we put bitmap buffer. That's why we need to include Allegro. So right here, we're just gonna put like. So we're drawing a rectangle. So we're drawing to the buffer X, Y, and we're gonna just make it 10 spaces wide and 10 spaces long, and let's make a red box. So simple enough. So let's go to the controls. Okay, so in the controls, I showed you this with the gravity tutorial about velocity x and velocity y, so this should be no different. Now you could make another function to actually make it move, but I just put everything in the controls and you'll see what I mean later. So basically if they press right, then velocity x is equal to and equal to speed, and I'll tell you what that is after. Else if key left velocity x equals negative speed, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do left and right now. And I never made a speed variable yet, so let's make a speed variable. Now the reason why we make a speed variable is because say the speed is too slow or too fast and you want to change it. Instead of having to change every single thing for speed, all you have to do is just change the variable. So all you have to do is just change the value of the variable and it will change for everything else, right? So it just makes it easier. So we're going to set speed to 5. And right down here we're going to put x plus equals velocity x and y plus equals velocity y. Sorry, we never put anything for the y, but still. And then so now we got everything in our control set up. So let's go to our main function and let's include the player class. So now we have to make an instance. So player, and let's just make it lowercase player, and we're just gonna put a init right here. So initializing it, and under our update, we're gonna put player.update, and then in our draw we're gonna put player.draw. And let's compile this. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put buffer in the parameters. So I have to recompile it, sorry. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do also. I don't know why I'm messing up so much right now, but I forgot to split the buffer to the screen. I never did that in the last tutorial. So we'll just let the game open. So sorry, so we have to recompile this. So let's put split buffer to the screen, and you should all be familiar with this. Now we're gonna be taking this out later when we create the camera class, right? But for now we'll have that. We'll put rest, and let's put clear bitmap, and let's test this out. Sorry, I don't know why my computer is going so slow. Let me recompile this. Okay, so you get a red box, and when you press right and left it moves, but as you notice it just keeps on moving when you let go of the button also, right? So there's one thing we forgot to do. So in our player class we have to put else velocity x equals 0. And if you watch my gravity tutorial, then you'll understand why we have to do that. The reason why I'm not really explaining everything in depth is because I expect you to watch my other tutorials. So but the stuff that I haven't taught my early tutorials I will explain in depth. But as you see, when you press left and right, it moves in that direction. So that's how you get the box to move. And that's all I'm going to show you for now. Next tutorial I will be adding in gravity, and if I have time then I'll be implementing the camera class. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.